we are looking at the Arch Linux 2023.10. It's not just an Arch Linux, it's a Calm Arch Linux. So try to remember this thing. It's not just an Arch Linux, it's a Calm Arch Linux distro. So this is a live boot. So let's quickly boot it in a live boot. So I'm using it as a virtualization, which is a VMware with 60 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, and I'm using the CPU of i5 1240p. My CPU is i5 1240p. So here is the desktop layout of Calm Arch Linux. So you can select the mirror, select Arch mirror with the reflector simple version 3.3.1. So you can choose the mirrors if you want anything here. So let me close it. So let me change the display resolution. Before that, let's open the task manager. So the default desktop environment, you get the XFCE. So again, I'm warning, or I'm trying to explain this. This is not an Arch Linux, it's a Calm Arch Linux. So most of viewers will misunderstood this. So CPU is almost like below 50%, and process running are 271, and the RAM is almost like a 930 MB of 4 GB of RAM. So let's try to change the display setting now. Let's go to settings and change the display settings. My monitor is 1920 with, into 1080 with a 16:9 ratio. Let me change that resolution. Let me put the task manager in the right side corner throughout the video so you can see everything in the changes of RAM and the CPU. So let's go to their official website. Let's open the internet browser, which is Firefox as the default web browser. So, and again, the Arch Linux also released this week, which is version 2023.10, as same as the Calm Arch Linux, like this one. So the Arch Linux was released. So I'm going to show you the Arch Linux also in this video. So don't get confused. This is a Calm Arch Linux. I'm going to show the official website of that thing, and I'm going to show you the Arch Linux latest news too. So I'll do both the things in this video because this is based on the Arch Linux. So I'm going to make that too in this video. The version you get is 118.0.1. So let's type in something like about and support to get some of the information. So hit enter. So here is some of the information for some of the viewers. So if you don't want, you can just skip this part and go to the other part of the video. You can skip this part, or people who want to get this information, you can just pause the video and read everything. Or you can just change the playback speed in the YouTube settings, which will be default 1.0. Change it to 0.25 and you should be seeing everything in a slow-mo. So this is all the information. If you want, if it's important for you, you can read everything. If you're not, you can just skip this part. Let's go to the official website of this Calm Arch Linux, and then I'm going to show you the Arch Linux also, the news of the Arch Linux, which is 2023.10. So let me type in SourceForge website. Hit enter. The URL for the SourceForge is this thing, which is sourceforge.net. You can directly type it in your search bar. You need to type CALAM Arch Linux. So here it is, Calm Arch installer.iso. So you can see all the information. Now you can easily install pure Arch Linux. So this is all the information which is given by their official website. So here are all the information, and the version you get is the latest version is 2023.10.iso. So you don't have any release note here. It is same as the Arch Linux. So I'm going to show you the Arch Linux website. So again I'm going to repeat it again. This is not an Arch Linux. It's based on Arch Linux, as you can see. So here is all the information in the summary. You will get like a 9 desktop environment in this live boot or the installation. You can install this on your hard disk if you want. So it's always a good information. Go through all the information and gather some of the important information if you want to install this Linux distro. Don't just blindly watch my video and try to install it on your PC. So always check like a 4 to 5 other channels and go with the installation if you want. So let me go to the Ars Linux website. So the same release notes will be applicable in this Linux distro. So this is the website, which is arslinux.org. You already know. So let's go to the downloads. So here is the current version 2023 10.14 and you get the same number here 2023.10. So the included kernel is 6.5.7. so let's type in and try to see what kernel you are getting here. So you are getting 6.5.5 here in the Calam Ars Linux. In the main Ars Linux you will be getting like a 6.5.7. so let me type in again uname.-r. So this is the kernel you are getting in this distro, and the Ars Linux will be having like a 6.5.7. so these are all some of the changes, so you need to be very careful. It's not an Ars Linux again. So it's based on Ars Linux, but it's not an Ars Linux. So as you can see, you can read everything here. Here is some of the information. So let's close this thing, I guess. We checked everything. So let's type in some of the command to get some of the information of the distro. So let's type in inxi. Before that, let's check about the terminal 1.1.0. So here is the my CPU, and here is the kernel you are getting, and this is the RAM. This is my storage, which I already mentioned. I'm using a 60 GB of storage for the VMware. Process 249, shell bash. INXI version is 3.3.30 or 30. Let me type in another command, which is inxi-b, small b. So here it is, the system. It says host as a Arch ISO. Kernel is here, already mentioned. It's a 64-bit. Desktop environment, you are getting XFCE 4.18.1, and distro is, it says, as a Arch Linux, and machine use, it says as a VMware because I'm running it on a VMware. This is my CPU. So this is the graphics, VMWGFX version 2.20.0.0. Display is X11, server Xorg version 21.1.8, XVLAN version 23.2.1. So this is the current display resolution, which I already showed in the beginning of the video. This is the hard disk. Process running 246. RAM, total RAM 4 GB, available 3.79, used is 1.13. INXI version is here. So let's type in INXI-G. Hit enter. So here is some of the information. So let's type in neofetch. Here is the neofetch. Let's type in cat:/etc/issue. Hit enter. It says as a Arch Linux. Let's type in the inxi-sv8. This is the command which will grab complete distro information. So we get all the information here. So let's go top side and get read everything. So this is the system information. If you want, you can just pause the video and read everything here. So this is the machine information. Complete machine information is here. So this is the memory information. This is the CPU information. These are all the vulnerabilities. This is the graphics information, monitor, display, all the information is here. display X11, all these things already mentioned, so no need to mention everything here. You can just pause the video and read everything. So monitor available are all these things, other display resolutions available are these things. So this is the audio information, which is jack version 1.9.22 and ELSA version K6.5.5. So these are all the information about the audio. So this is the network information, complete network information is here. So this is the Bluetooth information. If you have a Bluetooth, you should be seeing a Bluetooth information here. So RAID drives and like partitions, swap, unmounted, all the information is here. And about the USB, here is all the information. These are like sensors, repos, all the information are here. Let me scroll it down. So this is a lengthy thing. It's almost like 1,000, I guess. It's almost 801 repos. So these are all the process, memory, and some of the info. Bash version is 5.1.16, which is shell. GCC is 13.2.1. Systemd version is 254. Wakeups 230. Uptime is almost 11 minutes. We are using this Linux distro almost from 11 minutes. Process are 248. So let's type in finally the head stop. Hit enter. So here is the head stop for some of the viewers who want to see the head stop. So here it is. So let's close the terminal. I think we almost completed everything. So let me open the installer now. Here is the installer. You are getting the GUI installer. You get like a 9 desktop environment along with the XFCE. So let me show you that. So I already made a lot of videos on Calam Arch Linux. So here it is, another one. So Calam is 3.2.62. Choose your language. There are plenty of languages available here. I'm choosing the American English. Location, you can just point it out on the map, or you can just choose the drop down menu here. You don't need to provide actual location, you can provide anything you want. So these are some of the customization, like a system language and the numbers and dates locales. So click on next. Keyboard, you need to choose your keyboard. I'm choosing my keyboard. Language for the keyboard, variant for the keyboard, or you can type it here. Again, this is the same installation. There is nothing complicated here. You need to choose your hard disk only if you are choosing on installing this on your Linux distro. Be careful and try to gather all the information of this Linux distro if you're trying to install it on your hard disk. Don't just blindly install any Linux distro on your PC, because sometimes it's going to ruin your PC. So it's all your responsibility because it's your PC. So don't go with someone's word. You just need to try to get all the information on your own. So if you choose this erase disk, it's going to delete the current operating system on you, whatever you choose the installation path. So this is for dual boot operating system. You should be getting the current operating system and with the alongside Arch Linux. So you should be having two operating system, which is dual booting. In this case, manual partitioning. You need to create a partition for this. So this thing will delete current operating system and install the Arch Linux or the Calam Arch Linux. I'm sorry, I'm trying to forget this Calam Arch Linux. I need to say it again and again. So this is the Calam Arch Linux distro. So you can choose the options here. If you want encrypt, you can encrypt by providing the password which should be same in the both the boxes like this. Here and here should be same. You already know this thing. So you can choose your bootloader location now, or you can do that later if you are already a Linux user or a pro user. So let's click on next. You should be getting like a desktop environment, no desktop, XFCE, MAT, Plasma, KDE, or the KDE Plasma you can call it, GNOME desktop environment, Cinnamon, Budgie, Deepin, i3 window manager, and OpenBox. You are getting all these desktop environments. In this Calam Arch Linux, in the main Arch Linux distro, you don't get, you need to install it on your own. So in this Calam Arch Linux, you can go with this GUI if you want. So these are two different Linux distro. It's not the same Linux distro. Be careful and try to remember this thing. I'm already mentioning again. So Let's choose XFCE. I'm not going to install it because I don't want to. I want to make another video, so that's the reason I'm not going to install it. So here are the some of the package selection. You can go through all these things by clicking on this. Click on next. You need to provide the username and password. Let me do that real quick. You need to give the username and password. Give the strong username and password. You need to type in the password, which should be same. Log in automatically without asking for the password. You can choose this or not, it's clearly up to you. Use the same password for the administrator account. You can give the password which is same, or you can choose the different password. If it's same, you can choose this option. Click on next, and here is the some of the summary which you choose in the previous installation step. All the things which are chosen in the previous installation step will be here. If everything is going good, you can click on install and it will be installed in 5 to 10 minutes, depends on your PC. So that's the all the Arch Linux. So let's check what are the default apps you get with this Calm Arch Linux. About XFCE, here is complete information of about XFCE, GTK version, kernel version, XFCE version. This is the CPU. All the information is here. So let's see all the pre-installed apps which comes with Calm Arch Linux. So these are all the apps and things which will be available in the Calm Arch Linux distro. You don't get like a graphics apps or anything, but you get almost some basic apps in this Linux distro. So I'm not going through all these things because it's going to take a lot of time. So there is nothing new in this Linux, just some kernel and some changes, that's it. So already there is also Arch Linux which is available in the official website. So if you want to go with the official website, you can go with the Arch Linux, or you can choose the Calm Arch Linux. So these are again totally different, they're not same. So you're getting a different kernel in the main Arch Linux, and this one in here you will getting 6.5.5. so be careful. So they are different, so it's not the same one. So at the end of the video, this is the RAM and CPU, all these things. So I didn't open any of the apps, so there are not much heavy resource consuming apps in this thing, so that's the reason I didn't open or anything try to show you. So there is nothing in here, you just get the some of the basic things. So you see all these things here. So in the themes, let me show you the themes and wallpapers and end the video. So these are all the themes, icons, font settings you get hit here. So let's check the desktop wallpapers. You get some of the basic XFCE wallpapers. So you get all these things in the wallpapers. Menu icons are all the same. So let's open the software manager. You can add or remove the softwares from here. You already know if you're already a Linux user, so I don't need to go through all these things. So if you want, you can directly install the apps from here, like a GIMP. All these versions are here, you can directly download from here. So you get all this version. Even though I didn't open the apps, you get all the information is here. So GIMP version will be here, Blender, VLC. So these are all the installed apps and the versions are here. If you want, you can just pause the video, or you can slow down the video to get all the information of the versions you are getting in the Calm Arch Linux 2023.10. So that's the version name or the version number for the Calm Arch Linux. So updates, you are getting all these updates. Let me load it for a few seconds. So it's almost 90%, 100%. So updates, you are getting all these updates here, which is almost like a 631 MB. About the software manager, which is PMAC, is here. I think that's the end of the video. Again, I already posted another video, so if you want to check that out, you can check that out after watching this video. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.